With the kids heading back to schools, we know parents may find themselves launching maybe some new endeavors.
Yeah, maybe a nerve-wracking, maybe exciting time, and helping us navigate the transition back into the workforce is Senior Engineering and Operations Recruiter at Versique, Laura Shoults. Good morning, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Good morning.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, first of all, tell us what an acquisition, you go out and look for employees, right? Is that what you do?
Exactly, yes. Headhunting, recruiting, you know, whatever you'd like to call it.
So tell us about your experience, because this is from whence you came. You know what people are going through, because you had been out of the workforce about 9 years. You were telling us you were an engineer, and then you decided to get back into it. What was it like? Were there some new challenges when you re-entered the workforce?
Absolutely. I believe that the challenge really was that I couldn't go back doing what I was doing before, and really doing some research and finding out what I'm good at and what jobs were out there for me. I think that was probably the biggest challenge, and then connecting with a network that I didn't really think I had, but realized I really did through community involvement, kids events, sporting groups, you know, anything that I volunteered for, just connecting with my neighbors.
Yeah, and you obviously didn't go back into engineering.
No. Really what I loved about what I was good at, it was sales and connecting with people. So I was going after more sales engineering positions, and in fact, you know, applied to work as a sales engineer through a headhunting firm and ended up working for them. So I'm working for Versique today doing that.
Right.
We know that there are people at home right now watching who are probably thinking about it or trying to get back into the workforce. How does someone start going back out there? You mentioned, you know, thinking about the groups that you're involved in sports and neighbors and those kinds of things, but where does somebody start right now, especially if it's been a while?
Right. I think, well, looking at positions that you think you'd be really good for, I think the market changes. Being more open-minded and just open to new ideas. And I can't emphasize enough connecting to your network, reaching out for resources and help. Your network can be extremely supportive to you and help you.
And especially for moms, we were talking about this, so you've got so much on your plate. You're still trying to be a great mom. You're trying to do all the things everyone expects of you and you expect of yourself. So what is it like as a mom going back to work?
Well, I think when you re-enter the working world too, you really want to prove yourself. You really want to be successful, so you're really trying to work hard. And, you know, you can't do all the same things that you did at home. So being able to realize you have to give some of that up and still keep the things that are important to you,
right,
and keep in touch with your kids.
In our case, I get delegated cooking, and some of the things we
do the same thing.
Not very good at, but you learn, and but it is hard, I think, sometimes to let some of that go, isn't it?
Well, and to convince someone to take some of those things.
Well, there's that too.
The changing of the roles. What helped you the most when you were looking and then jump back into the workforce? Was there a piece of advice that somebody gave you, or something that maybe you read that didn't make it necessarily easier? Because my wife just went back to work for the first time, full-time, in 10 years, about 1.5 years ago, so we're going through the same thing. But was there one thing that really solidified things for you, maybe made your vision a little clearer?
Again, my network. I had one person in my network who surprised me and gave me great advice. He said, you know, why don't you try this? And just really had some confidence in me. Plus, I had a spouse that really was supportive and just kept encouraging me, practice interviewing with me. You know, I think that makes a really big difference.
Excellent. And what do you tell people now that you're in this role about they may have trepidations about going back, especially moms in this case? What do you tell them about this is what you need to do to be successful as far as making it all work and balancing everything? What's that kind of that key thing that you tell them, piece of advice?
Wow. Okay. Well, when you're interviewing, be resilient, be confident, have your story down. I think that's really important.
And
you know,
sell yourself.
Right.
It's a presentation, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not just answering a couple questions. You have to say, you need to hire me right now before I get away.
You still have your great skill sets from before, and you can still do great things for people. So really having that confidence and sticking with it, I think, when you're interviewing is important.
Right. And forget that you've been away from it for a while, and know that you can get back into it without an issue.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like that. All right. Well, thanks, Laura Shoults.
Thank you.
For being here from Versique, and we have more information for you on our website if you'd like to check it out. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.